Welcome into another video where we're going through and testing all the weapons inside of MW3 to see how viable these weapons are for us to be using inside of our Zombies game mode. This is going to include the aftermarket parts, the aftermarket conversion kits, as well as the MW2 weapons. So if you're new around here and you like to see how weapons perform inside of Call of Duty Zombies, you have landed on the right spot. So make sure you subscribe, turn on those bell notifications so you're not going to miss out any future uploads from myself. As well, down below in the description, you will find the link for my streams. I stream on Mondays and Thursdays, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and looking to add a third stream to the schedule on Saturday mornings. So there's going to be a stream today. Not sure the time on that. I'll be working out the time for today. So if you want to hop into the stream today, feel free to hop over to Twitch and I'll be live over there. Now, before we dive into anything review related today, I definitely need to give a massive thank you and big shout out to the channel members. As you have all gone above and beyond, way above and beyond anything I would have expected for support on the channel. So thank you so very much to each and every one of you for going just above and beyond with incredible support. Now, the channel has passed 5,000 subscribers, which unlocked our 4th Black Ops 6 giveaway, which this one is going to be a Vault Edition on any platform of your choice. And in my previous video, I did announce our winner. We're going to re-announce the winner today, so hopefully they have a better chance of getting in and contacting me. So Broccoli with some numbers, join the Zhorde Discord, and congratulations on your Vault Edition of Black Ops 6. Get in touch with me once you're inside the Discord, send me a direct message, and we can communicate to sort you out with your copy of Black Ops 6, the Vault Edition. Now, in today's video, we're continuing on with the Season 6. That seems to be the season of buffs, 100%. Continuing on that thread, they went ahead and buffed the M4 Assault Rifle from MW2, and it received a pretty substantial buff. So in today's video, I'm super excited to dive in and take the M4 Assault Rifle from MW2 through all 3 tiers, taking on bounty contracts all the way through. So by the end of this video, you should have a really good feel for how this assault rifle performs inside of your Zombies games. And at the end of the video, after I exfil from the Dark Aether, you should be able to decide on whether or not this is going to be a viable option for you to be running inside of your Modern Warfare 3 Zombies games. So without further ado, let's dive into the M4 review video today. Welcome into today's video. Thank you so very much for tuning in. I truly do appreciate that. Now, Season 6 is continuing on with the season of buffs as they just continue to push buffs out on weapons inside of MW3 for Season 6. I have no idea why they felt the need to buff a bunch of these weapons that have made changes for Season 6. But we're going to go ahead and have a look at the M4 today. Now, if you're new to my channel, when I do weapon testing on this channel, I spawn in and put on my perks with no additions to the weapon to make it any stronger whatsoever, aside from running Deadshot Daiquiri, as I like the extra critical damage. Now, in today's video, I definitely made a boo-boo. I was using the Soul Render blueprint for the M4 that I have and completely forgot that this blueprint comes with Deadwire. So I did not notice that until the end of our first bounty contract. So my apologies, we are taking on our first bounty contract of the day at white rarity, no pack-a-punched and no tools, but we do have Deadwire on for an ammo mod, which I completely forgot. But, you know, either way, just at base rarity with just the Deadwire ammo mod, I was thoroughly impressed with the damage output on this assault rifle with the buff that they'd made for Season 6. And right there when I shot that zombie, I was like, wait, why is it getting electrocuted? Then I realized I had Deadwire on the Soul Render blueprint. So my apologies for that. But seeing how our first bounty, you know, performed extremely well and the buffs seem to be definitely felt on this assault rifle, I wanted to move on to Pack-a-Punch machine, make sure I've got my plates on. We melee the machine first before using it. Wait for that center to turn green and then go ahead and use that or your pack crystals and you'll keep your camo. So the next thing on our testing journey today was to go off and grab another bounty contract inside of Tier 1. This time we are now pack-a-punched and we have white rarity, but we do still have our Deadwire ammo mod on our M4 assault rifle for Season 6. So it was time to push forward and grab our Mimic bounty contract and see just how well this assault rifle is going to perform in that we have only visited Pack-a-Punch, aside from having Deadwire, to increase the damage output, and holy, like one magazine, less than a magazine, and we were able to finish off our second bounty contract inside of tier 1. So now it was time to have some fun, and I love to do this final contract inside of tier 1. So I threw on my ammo mod that I bring in, which is Shatterblast, and my legendary tool. So now we are pack 1 legendary with an ammo mod on this assault rifle, and this bounty contract we're about to go pick up should equate to basically an instant delete when we get there, as we are incredibly overpowered at this point to be taking on absolutely anything coming our way inside of tier 1. So we jumped in our handy dandy car and made our way over to our Mangler bounty contract, the final one inside of tier 1. And you can see, I think it was like 3 critical shots to that Mangler's head, and he was gone. Absolutely awesome damage output. So at this point, I wanted to push into tier 2 and grab ourselves a bounty contract inside of tier 2. But I did not want to increase any of the damage output on the assault rifle before grabbing our bounty contract inside of tier 2, as I was really impressed with the buffs and how it was feeling across the 3 bounty contracts we had completed inside of tier 1. So I didn't feel the need to push into tier 2 and venture straight to the Pack-a-Punch machine with this. And you can see the critical damage, the health bar of our Mimic bounty contract inside of tier 2. You can see it just evaporating at the end of our barrel. We're pack 1, legendary with an ammo mod, and we are truly dishing out a boatload of damage to our bounty contract inside of tier 2. I was feeling really confident, and I was honestly really surprised with the damage output on this M4 with the buffs for season 6. Like, holy smokes, that was definitely no stress at all whatsoever to take out that Mimic bounty contract. So time to pull up my handy dandy mobile pocket punch machine and increase the damage output on this assault rifle to PAP 2. Off and grab ourselves another bounty contract inside of tier 2 and see just, is this going to be similar to our final bounty contract inside of tier 1, where we were able to finish off our Mangler in almost 3 or 4 critical shots, which was absolutely amazing. So we went and picked up our final bounty contract inside of tier 2. It was a Mangler again, so a great opportunity to see. Certainly wasn't 3 or 4 critical shots to take him out, but it definitely wasn't much of an issue. I mean, you can see just how fast we were able to get rid of that Mangler bounty contract inside of tier 2. Being pack 2, I was incredibly confident using this today in this run. So seeing how it performed across all 5 bounty contracts we had completed so far in our match, I wanted to push on into tier 3, stop at the Wonder Fizz machine to grab the rest of my perks and see how is this buff going to perform inside of tier 3, only Pack-a-Punch 2 with an ammo mod and legendary tool. I was kind of curious to see. I didn't want to, throw on my PAP 3 crystal right away. I was intrigued to see how is this going to handle tier 3 zombies being only pack 2. Now I know when I turn around from their Wonder Fizz machine, I always throw a decoy there, so there's a good chance I've got some riffraff and some minor crowd control coming my way, which can help give a quick feel for how this weapon's going to be performing inside of tier 3. But I was really impressed, even only at pack 2. We got an HVT right here, a Mimic standard HVT inside of tier 3, taking it on at pack 2 legendary. And I mean, you can see I was not struggling, I was not concerned, I wasn't needing to get out of the situation in a hurry. Definitely felt like this was going to be handling the HVT and whatever came my way at only Pack-a-Punch 2 inside of tier 3, which is truly awesome to see. Definitely a viable option, even only at pack 2. That's always bodes well for sure. So at this point, I wanted to push through and replenish my decoys, but on my way to the palace where the ammo crate was, I noticed that this second ritual had not been completed yet. So I figured, you know what, this is a great opportunity to show you all just how this weapon performs inside of tier 3, completing this ritual, being only Pack-a-Punch tier 2, legendary with my ammo mod on. So I wanted to take a full advantage of this, also to see if I can replenish the PAP 3 or PAP 2 crystal I brought in with me on my run today. So we shot all 3 rituals to activate the pedestal thingy here inside of tier 3, and then it's come over inside that hut to look at the triangle to activate it. And then it's just I kind of sit here when I'm doing this ritual and just kind of mow down the zombies. You do need to keep an eye to your left and to your right, as there are 2 zombie spawns in those locations. So if you're standing here and firing and you're getting smacked and you're not sure where it's coming from, it's going to be look to your left or to your right, and there'll be spawn points right there. But I mean, again, you can see just how confident I was and in using this assault rifle to complete this ritual. And we're only Pack-a-Punch 2 inside of tier 3, and I definitely felt like this was dishing more than enough damage for me to be able to handle this inside of tier 3. There's one of the spawns I'm talking about to the left or the right. As you can see, he spawned in the back corner there. So you just want to keep your eyes open for that. We dropped off the energy mine to help clear out some of the zombies so we can complete this contract. Again, if you're wondering why I'm leaving the candy around, I've already completed the event, so I'm just not too worried about collecting all of the candy. But we can see we just about finished off the contract right there. There we go. First ritual done at pack 2, and we got a PAP 3 crystal out of that. I was super happy. So time to throw on PAP 3. Mags of holding, take this to maximum damage, remove the need to reload, and head out and see how this is going to perform inside of tier 3. So we went and grabbed a bounty contract, and let's see how this performs against our Mega Abomination bounty contract inside of tier 3. We're now max damage output, pack 3, legendary, with an ammo mod, and we have mags of holding, so there's no need to reload. And I wanted to use this assault rifle at a little bit of range when taking on the Mega Abomination bounty contract today. It is an assault rifle, so assault rifles should have some range to them when dishing out the damage, and your damage should not need to be up close and personal, like say some shotguns or some of the SMGs that have just smaller range, so you need to be up close and personal. But you see me up here, what I'm doing right now before focusing in on the Mega Abomination bounty contract is I'm doing all the crowd control of the zombies that were in the area that were climbing up the building to make their way over to me, so that after I deal with all of them, I can then turn and focus all of my fire in on my Mega Abomination bounty contract. And you can see the health bar when we were hitting the critical shots with this M4 and its buffs for Season 6, that it definitely dishes out like just a boatload of damage. We're not struggling at all here to dish out the damage to my Mega Abomination. This was a perfect scenario. The Mega Abomination was standing down below. He was not moving and continually just firing up his laser attack. So this was like absolutely perfect. The most efficient Mega Abomination fight I think you can possibly have if he just continues to refire up a laser attack for you, so you can just lay in the critical shots. And the damage output on this, I mean, even at range, is definitely awesome. We were able to finish off our Mega Abomination bounty contract right there with literally no struggle. I was not concerned. I did not feel stressed in any way, shape, or form during that contract at all. So truly an awesome weapon with the buffs that they made for this for Season 6. Incredibly good damage output on this. Also, I got a nice legendary tool out of that, so we replenished the legendary tool and the PAP 3 crystal I brought in for this run. I am more than happy with that. And then I couldn't believe my luck. I got to do the cargo contract inside of tier 3, which is definitely one of my favorite things to do. Now, I will let you know, I did go over and visit our good friend Zhorde, the Guardian of the Arches, today. But he wasn't here. George was taking Saturday off. He decided to head down to the beach, get some tan, get some sun. So, you know, hopefully George is back from his beach journey in another video, so that we can continue our testing on with George, the Guardian of the Arches. So here we are completing the cargo contract inside of tier 3. I love getting this one done. It's the shortest cargo contract route in the game. It takes literally seconds to complete it, and it's, you know, can be really good loot. Not today. So now it's time to push through to the Season 2 Dark Aether and see if we could replenish the mags of holding that we had used. So we went and picked up our bounty contract inside of the Season 2 Dark Aether, threw down our jug suit to go ahead and just shred and lay in the damage to the Mega Abomination bounty contract inside of the Season 2 Dark Aether. This is just the most efficient way I would recommend if you're coming in here as a solo player to just make easy work of your bounty contract and a lot of the riffraff and crowd control that goes along with dealing with the bounty contract inside of the Season 2 Dark Aether. So you can see right there, one jug suit, and we were able to complete our bounty contract inside of the Season 2 Dark Aether. Got our mags of holding there, which is awesome. So the next one to do is grab the P&D Outlast contract, make our way over to the Outlast location, activate the P&D, and then complete this contract. Now, This P&D contract, I've stated this a bunch of times, it is definitely one that can get absolutely chaotic. For a minute there at the start of this contract, none of the zombies were registering that I was here. I was kind of hoping it might have stayed that way, but yeah, no. Things ramped up to 1,000 instantly when they found me. As you can see, a whole bunch of zombies made their way in. But you know, this is the trick that I do, is you just keep going over and back over the countertops. As you can see, the zombies can't go over the countertops, so they will go around the counters, which gives you a chance to kind of control their movements a bit inside of this chaotic, super close counters P&D Outlast contract inside of the Season 2 Dark Aether. You also want to be making sure that you are running around picking up plates as much as possible. I didn't have golden armor plates with me for this run today, so I just was, you know, trying to make sure I was picking up golden armor plates, picking up plates as much as possible. We did take it down trying to get out of there, that sticky situation. But again, as I always say in my videos, don't let downs in MWZ bother you. We have self-revives in the game. They're there for a reason. If you picked up a few of them, don't be shy. Go ahead and use them. There's nothing wrong with that. The goal is to get up and keep continuing into the fight. So that's exactly what we did. And we're pushing through, just about finished this Outlast contract. And I definitely felt like this was not much of a struggle to complete this. With the buffs to the M4 for Season 6. The one down was just me trying to get out of a sticky situation that did not work out very well. But we finished off the P&D Outlast contract, checked our loot, we got a VR case out of there. I didn't grab the Elder as I have a bunch in my stash. So we got a VR 11 case, we got our mags of holding. Definitely feeling really good about that so far. Did an extra drug suit, which I completely forgot to re-equip at the end of this match. So throw down the Casimir at the base of the Aether extractor, go ahead and overload the phone, and then go ahead and push your way forward to the next one. To make sure you're using your Casimirs as it's the best way to complete the Aether extractor contract in any of the Dark Aethers. So if Season 1 you've got an Aether extractor contract in there, again, Casimirs are going to be your best bet to go ahead and complete that. So you can see I throw them down at the base, and then it's just straight over to the phone to interact with the phone while the Casimir is keeping me protected. Even if you take a couple hits, you should be okay. Your Casimir should be able to keep you protected for that. So now it's time to push through to the final Aether extractor and final thing we need to complete to do all 3 contracts inside of the Season 2 Dark Aether. So I dropped down my energy mine here to clear out some of the riffraff, as well as I saw there was 2 manglers in the area. Dropped down my Casimir to protect me while I overload the Aether reactor right there, and there you have it. That's all 3 contracts completed inside of the Season 2 Dark Aether using the buffed assault rifle from MW2, the M4. And I definitely felt that this was a completely buffed weapon in this run today. Like, it felt a lot stronger to use. It's definitely going to be a viable option for all of us to be using inside of our game modes across all 3 tiers and inside of the Dark Aether 100%. I definitely enjoyed running this weapon today. The M4 is always been pretty decent and pretty solid to be using inside of our Zombies game mode. So to see it get a buff for Season 6 to make it even more of a viable option for all of us to use, truly awesome to see. Made it out with just unbelievable loot. Now this is the build that I was using on the M4 today. So if you want to make any changes to the build to make one awesome build for us all to be using on the M4 inside of our Zombies game mode, then let's work together down below in the comment section so that we can make that happen. And then I will show you the blueprint that I was, or the camo, sorry, I was running on the M4, and the blueprint that I was using on the M4 today. But before we head out, I definitely want to let you all know, make sure you are subscribed, commenting, and liking on the videos for your best chance to be in for the Black Ops 6 Vault Edition draws. The next giveaway happens when the channel reaches 7,000 subscribers. Hope to see some of you in the morning stream today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.